So I'd like to welcome Merrill Dubrow to the stage.
Thanks. Thank you, Kristen. Is this on? Can you guys hear me? Great. How's everybody doing? So a few went drinking. Who's Golden State? Go Golden State? Steph Curry? No? Really? Everybody, all the Cavs fans here? Everybody wanted LeBron? Yeah, how'd that work out for you? Listen, Hawks? Blackhawk fans? Let's get some. All right, Blackhawks. Go Blackhawks. All right, great. My name is Merrill Dubrow. Kristen, thank you so much for that intro. I really, really appreciate it. It is a pleasure to be here. I'm going to start with a few thank yous. In the back, we have Zed and Dave and Kat on AV and on the tech group. So let's give it up for them. These guys have been here 3 days. All the co-chairs, Kristen Luck, Greg Archibald, have done an amazing job. This is really challenging to do, so let's give it up for them. And then one more person, I'm going to ask him to stand. Lenny Murphy, 1-800 Lenny who, I mean, seriously, I'm going to ask you to do something different. Can you stand on the chair? I want everybody to see you and how great you are and how tall you are. Could you do that? What? Really? Because life is about get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So that probably is uncomfortable. So if you could just do that, I think there's a learning there. Lenny Murphy, let's give it up for him. Okay, great. You know, we talk about storytelling, and I want to start with a story today, but I need your help. And I think Greg did this earlier, so you guys have had practice. I need your help in counting down 3, 2, 1. I know you guys can do this, so please start with me. 3, 2, 1. It's so funny. Is Shane here? Shane presented on Monday. Is Shane here by any chance? So it's funny. I was sat in Shane's presentation, and he had the same picture of Lenny sitting back on a desk doing nothing. It was kind of interesting. So thank you. What'd you guys think? Thoughts about that story? Am I right? Wrong? You heard it before? Anybody here? LeBron lost last night. Come on, guys. Am I right? Have you heard? Make sense? Anybody else? Okay. Let me show you a couple things, a couple interesting things, okay? I usually would call somebody up, but Lenny gave me like 4 minutes to talk today, so I can't do that. So, beyond basics, client partnering demands that researchers take on a consultant's role. Faster and smarter. Technology and globalization are defining the researcher of tomorrow, right? Interesting articles. You know what year this is from? Guess. What? 80 what? Nope, not 85. Not 85. Just so happens I love the research community, so I travel around with old magazines. Anybody have this with them? It's 20 years old. It's 20 years old. Think about that. We're still telling about the same things that we did 20 years ago. If you think about this, the gap analysis on process, okay, if everybody can see this, the gap analysis on timeliness, on delivery, okay, on insights, does research matter, are huge, 44, 51% gap from 1995. Think about that, guys. The GRIT report. Think about the GRIT report that came out. Has anybody read the GRIT report? 10 days old, right? Right? Great data. You got to read the GRIT report. It's fantastic. Market research faces some big challenges, but also has some big opportunities to go along with them. Okay? Technology, this is the biggest challenge. Kind of interesting. Same issues 20 years later. I would argue that that is the same thing. Today, what I hope is that as a disruptor, we think about things a little bit different, and we change what's going to happen and what's going to be written in 2035. Because if we don't change it, the same stuff is going to be written. And we could write it today for then and do a time capsule. We don't want that to happen. Can you play the video? Let me show you something.
Ousted. He was on the job
for
17 months. Johnson built Apple's retail empire from scratch, and his replacement at Penny's is the man who used to have the job, Mike Ullman. CBS News contributor and analyst Melody Hobson is in Chicago. Melody, good morning. I know you have been doing some reporting on this. You know, he was hired with such fanfare from Apple. What went wrong? So I talked to a company insider, former company insider, who worked alongside of him, and he was very clear. He was brought in with this bold mandate for change, and he swung for the fences. I mean, new logo, new stores, new designers. He took away the sale, so no discounting, no checkout counters. I mean, he did some big, different things, but he did it all out of gut, no research. He didn't believe in it. He didn't believe in it. So as a result of that, he burned through a lot of capital, both.
Think about that. Ron Johnson, brilliant guy from Apple, didn't believe in research. Just did everything by gut. What? Steve Jobs didn't either. Well, they say that, but they did find out that he did do research. He just didn't admit it, but that's true. Can we play this video? I want to show you one more video and then make a couple comments.
Switch your car insurance to Geico and we can help you save on boat and motorcycle insurance too. Other insurance companies are green with envy. Oh, no, I'm sorry, but this is all wrong. I would never say that.
Well, what would you say?
Well, I'd probably emphasise the savings. You know, lose that green with envy bit. Rubbish. It's just a reference about my complexion.
But the focus groups thought that
Focus groups? Geico doesn't use focus groups. Excuse me, no one told me we were using focus groups.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The little guy's cute, right? You just insulted everybody in this room. What happened to the respect of this great industry? Johnson doesn't do anything at JCPenney, buries the company, lasts about 17, 18 months. This little furry creature's making fun of us. Where is the respect of this industry? What happened? I challenge all of us to do things a little bit different. Isn't it time to pat ourselves on the back? Isn't it time to say, world, hey, we're great. Market research has been behind new services, new products, and we're important. We need to highlight all of our research, and we don't do that enough. None of us do that, whether it's in print, in video, in web, TV, everywhere. We really need to change the way that we are looking at this industry, and we need to get respect back, because I would argue we don't have it right now. And should it be part of the proposal process? Should all of the suppliers have a line or two in the documents that say, hey, we want to talk a little bit about the success of this project when it's appropriate, maybe after the product's launched. But at some point, sometime, we should be able to talk about the success that we've had, okay? In search of millennials. Raise your hand if you're under 35 in this room. Under 30, about 15 people. Under 30, 6 people. That's the people that should get prizes. Good for you. Where are all the millennials? There's 92 million of them in the United States, okay? There's even more millions across this great country that we live in. 29% of all the population is millennials. They're not here. We're not attracting them, okay? What I would argue is we need to do things a little bit different. We need to attract new people in this great industry that we all love, that we're all passionate about. And we're not doing that. And we're not doing that fast enough. Whether it's conference discounts, whether it's their own industry track. This conference has 4 tracks. I challenged Lenny Murphy to next year have a millennial track. Sorry, Lenny, this isn't part of a shtick. We did not rehearse this. Too friggin' bad. Do it, okay? And the reality is we need to, okay? And I would also suggest that maybe we give them a deep discount. Get them here. That's the next generation of researchers. And if they're not going to work in the market research industry, they're going to work in a different industry, and then we're going to have a problem. There's too much gray in this industry. This is not for effect, I'm old. I started in this industry and actually started with door-to-door interviewing. Anybody else do door-to-door interviewing? Nobody? More people did door-to-door interviewing than are under 30 in this room. Who thinks that's a problem? Come on, guys. Okay, associate board positions. I would think that every market research board out there should have a millennial on the board, and I would suggest they don't. And we also, at QRCA, a year ago, we started a YPG, which is a Young Professionals Grant. So we actually had 20 people go to the conference for free that were under 30 years old. And I would suggest we look to do that again at others. And it needs to be a total industry effort. Suppliers were too slow to adopt to technology. Did you ever ask why? Why that is? Because there's too much technology to keep it up, okay? The year of the mobile, right? Everybody talks about that. I think 4 people have said the year of the mobile. How many years? Was it 2007, the year of mobile? And 8, and 9, 10, 11? Seriously, every year is the year of mobile. Now, it is gaining steam, but we're not there yet. We've got a long way to go. We're too slow to adopt to technology, okay? I got a soccer ball here. Who plays soccer? Okay, you play soccer, okay? So the reality is, we got a soccer. I would argue that soccer is the same as our market research industry, okay? So what happens? My daughter is actually here, my sister is here. So what happens when my daughter, I'm watching her game about 9 months ago, okay? And the ball goes to the left. What happens, guys? They all go to the left. The ball goes to the right. What happens? Everybody goes to the right. There's no strategy. There's no positioning. Everybody does that. I just described the market research industry, okay? Biometrics, go. Eye tracking, done, okay? Big data, I'm going to go after it. Mobile, great. Everybody is chasing that. That's a problem, okay? And the reality is you've got to make a big decision. And I'm here to say and suggest that that decision has to be you're either a generalist or a specialist. And I know a lot of people call about generalist. I would argue that you should all be specialists. Grab that 1 or 2 technologies that you should and make the most of it and go 110% for that. Who plays soccer? Because I don't want to bring this back to Dallas. Who wants a soccer ball? Who? Here you go. Nice catch. Nice catch. Let's give it up for him. Next up on the horizon, let me talk about what's really going to be exciting. Who knows what Lily is? Anybody know what a Lily is? Lily's great, okay? It's this camera that I could put up on stage, go like this, and it follows me around. Come on, Lily. Isn't that going to be great for in-the-moment research? Isn't that going to be awesome? Qualitative, in-the-moment research. And we're also all going to be like a little hamster chasing it, trying to create products, okay? And the next thing is wearables, right? Wearables? I guarantee you, when Lenny and his team put together this conference next year, there'll be sessions on wearables, right, Lenny? A little plug and a little preview. We'll have more next year, okay? The GRIT report even says wearables in the bottom right. Read the GRIT report. Again, a little selfish plug with that for Lenny, but it's true. It's a good piece of research. Wearables is collecting some steam. I think it's a new shiny toy, okay? And I think that new shiny toy for most people is a distraction. I'm not standing here before you suggesting that nobody implements technology in their enterprise. What I am suggesting is go after the right technology for the right clients with your right staff, and frankly, let me grab some words, that you can make money at. Aren't we in this to make money, suppliers? I mean, I know that's kind of the elephant in the room, but don't go after strategies, perhaps, that the ROI might be 9, 10, 11 years down the road. That's a problem, okay? We need one governing voice that represents every aspect of this great industry. How many people think and are confused with all the market research associations, okay? How many think we have too many? I mean, seriously, it's about half, okay? I think we need one governing voice. And I'm standing here before you to suggest we need the World Research Council. That's a logo I came up with in about 4 minutes, okay? Nobody has seen it. I'm unveiling it for the first time. But I actually believe this is what we should do. And if we don't do it, we're going to have a real problem, okay? And these people that I picked to be on this board, 1 or 2 are in this room. Actually, at least 2 are in this room, and they don't even know about it, okay? These are the people that are leaders in this great industry. These are the people who make a difference in this great industry. And these are the people who can lead us through what we're about to go through and change what we need to change. Because if we don't, I assure you, in 2035, we're going to read the same articles, and we're going to be in the same place, and that, to me, is scary. Who's scared about that? Nobody? Am I the only one who's scared about the future? Okay, we got 2 people, a few more, okay? A few more people that are scared in that boat with me, okay? These people are leaders. These people are thought thinkers. These people are disruptors. These people can make a difference, and they have the respect, okay? So what am I suggesting? That this council actually develops standards. A maximum LOI. If it's 12 minutes, you don't go over it. You're fined. You don't do research for a year. You get the guillotine. Whatever it is, okay? No more long grid questions, okay? Melanie talked about that on Monday if you saw her session, a great session. No more long grid questions. We know they're horrible. Why are we doing it? We got to respect the respondents, that greatest asset that we have. And we all play by the same rules. And we need consolidation. We've got too many research organizations, too many conferences, that we need to coordinate conference schedules. How many times you guys say, oh, I really want to go to that conference? Oh, there's another one. The same days, okay? 1,000 miles away. And it's a problem. And I truly believe industry fragmentation is bad and association consolidation is good. Okay? And I've served on a lot of boards. And I'm not looking for people to lose their jobs. That's the last thing I want. But we need consolidation. Okay? Anybody agree? Let me show hands. Anybody agree? Okay? Okay? A couple people can't put up their hands. They were drunk last night. But it's okay. It's okay. Where do we get started? Think about your last business trip. Think about think about your last business trip that you took, and for whatever reason, it got canceled. Your daughter, your son got sick, the meetings that you took place got canceled, so what happens? You call the hotel, you cancel it. You call the airline, you cancel it. But you also rented a car. What do you do? What do you do? Maybe some people call and cancel it, maybe some don't. Why? Doesn't matter. They're not charging you. What would happen if Hertz said, you don't show up, I'm charging you. I'm charging you $50. I need to manage my business a little bit better. What would happen? Wouldn't Budget and Avis and Payless and all the other ones follow suit? Right? Right? Seeing some nods? Great. And I agree with that. This needs to start at the top. And if you look at the 10 most innovative clients, again, from the Grit report, all right, Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, Unilever, General Mills. There's no surprise there. I would also suggest they have the biggest budgets. There's a correlation there without question. Probably have the biggest budgets in the country. And I would say that the funding of this needs to start with those companies, okay? And companies like mine need to support them as well, and we will if we can gain some steam. And research organizations need to fund this as well, this council, because I really believe that it's time that we can make a difference and move this industry forward. Okay? Clients need to drive these changes. If General Mills and Pepsi and Unilever said, we're going to hold hands together and sing songs, and nobody is going to do a survey, we're not going to do a survey over 15 minutes, I would suggest to you that everybody follows suit and can make a difference, okay? So when you look at the Right Now lyrics, who liked that song that I played a few minutes ago? A couple people? It wasn't by accident that I played that song. We actually took a few days and went through a lot of songs to pick it. The reason I picked it is don't want to wait till tomorrow. Hey, it's your tomorrow. One by one, little problems build up and stand in our way. We put it off another day. I would suggest to you that every one of those lyrics describes what we've gone through in the last 20 years. And the articles that I pulled out and wiped off the dust that were published in 1995 are the same struggles that we have in 2015. Okay? Let me just play this song, please. Can you put this video on, Zed? Dave? Loud.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here tonight, boys. That's what you've earned here tonight.
Great moments are born from great opportunities. This is our moment. I would suggest this is our defining moment. Because if we don't get together and make a difference, it will shape the future, in my opinion, negatively, and we won't be able to turn it around. IIeX is not a conference. It's an exchange of ideas, inspiration, and practical business solutions. That's what Lenny and Kristen and Greg and all the co-chairs and all the presenters try to do. My hope is, in the last 20 minutes, that I've been successful and done that. And if I haven't, I apologize to Lenny and the team here. But I wanted you guys to think a little bit differently, with a few ideas. Maybe they're not all winners, but I think some of them are. With that, I want to say thank you very much. I'm going to give it back to Kristen Luck. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Merrill.